Morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're listening around the world. 12th man's back. Arsenal talk is back. And boy, have we got some Arsenal to talk. Last night's show was elite. Last night's show was enjoyable. Last night's show was good therapy. Today, there's going to be some more of that, I'm afraid. And I might as well call this last night to be continued because the news keeps coming out and keeps continuing. Big up to everybody that's here. Make sure you hit like and make sure you hit subscribe. Last night, we hit 51,000 subscribers. Let's get it up to 52 people. We're moving absolutely mad. And by we, I mean you guys. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like because it's free and it is doing wonders for the channel. Thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. Before we go any further, please, if you do super chat, please do not be offended if it does not get read out. For the last 24 to 48 hours, there has been a problem with YouTube and StreamYard or YouTube and or StreamYard. And for some reason, super chats are just not starring. So if you put one in, it doesn't recognize that it's a super chat. So I'm missing them. So I do apologize if anybody has donated. First of all, thank you. And I do massively appreciate it. I would never ignore super chats. That's something that if I do, it's by accident, not on purpose. So if you do donate and it's not read out, it is a YouTube or StreamYard problem. I do apologize. If you would like to donate, then I appreciate it. And if it doesn't get read out, all I can do is apologize. But thank you so much for all the support and continued comments and super chats that people put in. We're going to be talking a lot about Arsenal today. Before we do that, make sure you shout out and show some love to our sponsors. OK Jerseys, logos in the top left. You'll see it. Click on the link in the live chat or in the description and go and get your jerseys. If you haven't got the home kit yet, haven't got the away kit yet, haven't got the third kit yet, well, that's where you want to go. Make sure that you go and check them out. They are very cheap. They are very good. And trust me, you do want to go over there because the way the Cronkies are moving at the moment, I don't want to be giving them any money whatsoever. So please make sure that you do go and show them some love. Click on the link after this and go and order the kits you want. They've got England kits. They've got all shirts across Europe. And, of course, club and international kits as well. So please go and make sure you show OK Jerseys some love. Thanks for all the moderators as well. We've got Ash in the house. We've got Ryan in the house. And all the guys will be there from later, I'm sure. If you do, make sure you keep the chat respectful. Yeah, otherwise they will get rid of you. But big up to everyone that's here. We've got 360 over that in the chat already. Make sure you've hit like and subscribe, people, if you're just joining, because we're going to get into it. There's a lot to discuss today. I can't even lie. There's so much to discuss. There's so much. I don't even know where to start. We're going to talk about the injury news. We're going to talk about Eze. We're going to talk about Trossard. We're going to talk about the need for Arsenal to act in the next 12 days of this window. I am so done with the positivity I'm hearing every day about how we won't be getting injuries this season when guys like myself, big up to Shane in the chat, who's one of them, Lee, Kenny, Judges, Jez, Northside have all said that we're going to get injuries again this season because of the manager who's absolutely destroyed them in training. And half of them have now got 7-inch scars on their hamstrings. And funny enough, one of them's gone down in the first game week. Let me just put my fan on because I'm so hot out here. There we go. And then we can see the ghost behind me. Look, ready? My shirt will start going in a minute. Hey, there it is. The ghost is back. Look, I've got to be honest. I may as well start there. Before I go into what's happened, what are we doing in training? Because we used to, call out our most successful manager in Arsene Wenger for exactly the same thing. Why is Vermaelen keep getting injured? What are we doing in training? What's happening to Wilshere? What's happening to Thomas Rosicky? Why do we keep getting injuries to Robin van Persie? What's happened to Theo Walcott, to Oxlade-Chamberlain? Why is Aaron Ramsey and Abu Diaby and Eduardo all struggling after their broken legs? What are we doing in our training? So it's exactly the same thing, right? It's exactly our same thing. It is intense training, surely. Now, there is no way that this would be reported as a Havertz injury if it was just a knock. They'd say Havertz has had a setback, or Havertz might miss the next couple of games, or Havertz is nursing some treatment, might take a couple of games to get fit again. This is clearly a bad injury again. So let's read out what we do know. It was reported today, this morning, I should say, a couple of hours ago now, by David Ornstein from The Athletic, or via The Athletic, should I say. The Arsenal forward Kai Havertz is set for a spell out with a knee injury. Now, this is not a hamstring injury. This is another injury, which is what I said would happen, because once you injure something and you're out for that long, There's another injury that can have a knock-on effect. But people said it was just negative and toxic from me. But there we go. There's assessments on the 26-year-old German international at early stage. Prognosis and duration is unclear, but Arsenal are actively exploring the transfer market for signing to strengthen attack and provide cover. Let's break that down, shall we? Because there's a hell of a lot there from David. So, first of all, this happened in training. There's no way it happened at Manchester United. He didn't even start the game. He came on against Athletic Bilbao and Manchester United, and he played a little part in the Spurs and one of the other games. Maybe it was AC Milan or Newcastle. I can't remember. So he hasn't started or played 90 minutes in any of these games so far, but Kai Havertz has got himself injured, and it has apparently happened in training, right? So he's gone down in training with a knee injury. No idea why. No idea if it's a tackle yet. No idea if it's just something that's gone. But knee injury doesn't sound very positive, does it? Knee injury is the worst you can get. Now, hopefully it's not an ACL. Hopefully it's not the other one, medial ligament. I can't remember what they say. But for me, if it's a knee, it ain't bloody good. And do you know what? It's worse to get a knee injury than a hamstring injury. And he's had both now within what? Not even 6 months of each other. It is scary. Scary at 26 years old to have this. But look, no more injuries were coming to the Arsenal, we were told. We can't even get through match day 1. Playing for what was he on for? 20 minutes? So that's the first thing. This happened in training. What it looks like is a bad one. This would not be announced if it was a couple of weeks out, I'm sure. This is going to potentially be, at the best, I would say, 2 or 3 months, if it's not a serious one. At the worst, it could be 7 to 9 months. We have absolutely no idea. No idea. But again, another injury. We're cursed. We're unlucky. It's all unlucky at the Arsenal. The gods don't want us to win anything. We knew we were getting injuries. We knew we were getting injuries. But then there might be some positive news for the people that, 1, don't rate Havertz, and I'm probably one of those. 2, that says it can't be a blessing in disguise because you might be bringing in somebody else. But I know, and I'll come on to that in a minute, what's now going to happen. But we'll have a discussion about that in a bit. So it's early stages. Prognosis and duration is unclear. When someone says that ain't good news. Yeah, because if it was a knock, you'd know straight away. If he was going to be out for a couple of games, they'd say, not sure when he's back, but hopefully in the next few games. This, when they say early stages and prognosis unclear, that means they ain't got a clue yet, but it ain't going to be a couple of weeks. So it sounds like this could be bad. And the reason that you know it's going to be bad is the last bit. Arsenal are actively exploring the transfer market for a signing to strengthen their attack and provide cover, which means Havertz is out for the season. Jesus is still cropped. We're back to Marino up top if Gyökeres goes down. And let's be real, Gyökeres ain't even fit yet either. So we're in a situation where we're already into the season and we are a mess in attack. Not just a bad couple of players here. This is an absolute mess in attack. Mess. I'm sorry, man. This is poor. Poor, poor, poor. We are still short in attack 6 years in, having spent close to £1 billion by the end of this window. And we still don't have any cover in attack. And the cover that we do have is nowhere near the level to win the league. I.e. Trossard and Martinelli, Madueke, Jesus, youngsters who I love, but let's be real, they're youngsters, Dauman, Wanyeri, etc. It's mad. Another knee injury at Arsenal. Crazy. Crazy, right? But this is true. And if we're looking now at replacing or providing cover, whatever you want to call it, another attacking signing, we need an attacking signing and a left winger. Some would say we needed a striker or an attacking midfielder and a left winger. But all of a sudden, what we've heard in the last couple of days is, well, the left wing, Trossard, he's going to sign. Eze, we don't need. We've got Wanyeri and Dauman coming through. And, oh, yeah, we might need to sign one now, actually, because Havertz is injured, which shows to me that they weren't interested in buying anyone. And they're only now acting because Havertz has got an injury. And last night, the Trossard situation might now make a little bit more sense because they're thinking we can't let him go. He's like, get me out of here. They're like, well, we'll give you a pay rise. Just stay where you are. It's all a mess. It's all ridiculous. So the only way that we can save this now is to go and buy Rodrigo and the striker. But that won't happen, people. I put it out on my Twitter earlier, or on my X earlier. Rodrigo and Isak, go and do it. If we had ambitious owners, we would. But we'll blame PSR and we'll say we've got Trossard now still. He's staying like a new signing because we thought he was leaving. And we've got Marino and Jesus coming back. That's what'll happen. So people that are now saying we're going to get Nicholas Jackson and we're going to get Garnacho or we're going to get Sancho, I actually don't think that's going to happen. Wouldn't put it past us because it's Arsenal, right? But this is a mess. What's happening here? An absolute mess. Absolute mess. So we've got two options. We can act like a proper club and we can go and get involved in the Isak situation. We can act like a proper club that is serious and go and lump down 100 million euros on Rodrigo, which we'll come on to in a minute. Or we can just keep what we've got and say, yeah, got to the Champions League semi-finals last year. Now we've got Gyökeres, Madueke. I think we're good, people. Let's do it. Trossard and Martinelli, they're good enough on the left. Madueke can play there as well. Saka and Madueke, they're our right wing situation. Ethan and Max coming through. Ødegaard, he's going to ball out this year. And we got Gyökeres. Marino can still play up top. Jesus is coming back soon. Trossard can still play in the false nine. I think we're covered in every position. Yeah, correct. We are covered in every position. But it ain't the quality that's needed to go and win a title or a Champions League, is it? So we're going to have to now dip into the market. And if we don't, fan base need to get these owners out and get this manager gone. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Because there's such a massive section of the fan base that think this window has been exceptional because we brought in so many players. We are nowhere near the level that's needed at the moment. Nowhere near. If we do not sign anybody, it should be owners out. Berta on fraud watch. Not giving him enough power, clearly. Or isn't as good as we thought. Mikel Arteta, I have every say on every transfer. Well, get out then. That's what it should be. But it won't be. It won't be. It's never the manager. Never the manager. The manager can do no wrong. We saw that with Tony Adams. We saw that with Thierry Henry. We saw that last night. It's never the manager. Let's put the... Who can we shift the blame? We had injuries. Injuries. That's the blame. Injuries. That's what it will be. Referees, they're the referee. We've seen it. It's going to be Gillette in charge at Leeds. Referees. If we don't win the game, it will be injuries and the referees again at the weekend. That's what will happen. Yeah? That's what will happen. The fan base have been brainwashed that Mikel Arteta is the best manager that the world has ever seen. And that what he's doing with limited resources is incredible. Those limited resources, by the way, add up to 800 to 900 million now. Incredibly limited resources. How many players have we bought in now? Is it 6 this window? So that's 37 players now that Mikel Arteta has bought at Arsenal. 37. That means he can build over 3 teams of 11 with what he's bought in. 3 11s. He can have a first team, a second team, reserve team, and a third team as well if he wants. But cue the links, people. We will get linked with every striker now. Get ready for Dusan Vlahovic to be linked. Get ready for Ollie Watkins to be linked again. Get ready for Ivan Toney or Tammy Abraham. Or maybe we'll be linked back in with Benzema on a short one. Maybe we'll be linked back in. It won't be anyone we want, by the way. These will all be crap links. Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, Hoyland, Xerxes. They'll all come. Kolo Muani. Look, you all know in the chat already. Kolo Muani, Sancho, Calvin Lewin. It's a madness, man. It's an absolute madness. I personally do not understand what we do next. So we've got a couple of options. My option would be get involved in Isak. We saw what happened with him yesterday. We'll get involved in that in a minute, right? That ain't going to happen. We're going to need a winger as well. That ain't going to happen. So I'm a bit lost and a bit deflated this morning, people. Bit deflated. Toxic one today, I'm afraid. Negative one today, I'm afraid. People might want to turn off if they're not interested in listening to any positivity. Maybe I should start being more positive. How are we doing, guys? Good afternoon. Welcome back to 12th Man. Kai Havertz is injured. It's absolutely fantastic to hear. It means we're going to go and buy Isak and Rodrigo. So thank God he got injured. Trossard signed a new deal. Fantastic. Pay rise deserved. Don't give a pay rise to anybody else, by the way, but it's fantastic news. Never heard of this. Is this what people expect me to do? Or do they expect me to go and have some form of truth about what's happening? People hate the fact that I've been right for 5 years. Why do they hate the fact I've been right for 5 years so much? Why? Because the journey of Mikel Arteta being taken over, right? Yeah. Was basically, don't want him, but let's see what he does. Oh, he's won a trophy. That's a good start. Then he goes into the next season. This ain't good. I want him gone. He ain't ready. He stays. It's 8th. It's 5th. It's still not good enough to win a top 4. Hey, we're in the top 4. We're back in the Champions League. Give him a statue. And then we go 3 years now without winning anything. When, let's be real, managers with elite mentality and winning CVs would have been able to get us across the line. But I'm the one who's wrong. I'm the one who's the toxic negative one. I just want to make my YouTube channel and profit off of the loss that we have and make a negative channel and get people on that have negative views so I make loads of money and all this crap. Sick of it, man. Sick of it. Ain't nobody want Arsenal to win more than me. If I wanted to be a very rich, wealthy, successful in what I do, I'd go and be massively positive. I'd get a hell of a lot more opportunities, trust me. I'd have people ringing me up going, oh, this guy thinks Arsenal are brilliant. Let's get him on debates because he thinks Arsenal are the best. And everyone, I could do that if I wanted to. I just say it how it is. I say it how it is. I don't lie. I don't fake stuff. I don't say that Arsenal are going to now do a treble because we've got this manager in called Mikel Arteta who's going to take us to the promised land. The Cronkies are the most unbelievable, most hungriest owners I've ever heard in my life. Sick of it, man. Honestly, sick of it. I can't stand it. Get back to Turkish has just messaged me. I'm sick of it. So I personally do not understand what happens next. I'm concerned. I'm not a head loss. I'm not worried. I'm not being one of these over-the-top meltdown fans, right? Some people might think I am, and that's calm. That's their opinion. I'm genuinely worried. So if I'm realistic about it, I'm going to give 2 names that I think would be good for Arsenal right now, that I think are realistic, that I don't think are going to mess with PSR, that I don't think are going to be unrealistic to bring to Arsenal. And I'm not going to bring up Semenyo and, I don't know, Tammy Abraham or Nkunku and Jackson or Garnacho and Sancho and all this madness. I'm going to bring in 2 players or suggest bringing in 2 players that I think could now bring in something to Arsenal, which I think would be good enough to save our window is the right word, is it? Boost our window, I suppose, is more realistic. Rodrigo, 100 million euros, go and lump it on. Can't get Rodrigo because he wants to stay or he wants to choose another club. Ademola Lookman. They're the 2 names for the left wing that I expect Arsenal to go and sign now. Up top, people might laugh, but the only one that I can genuinely see who can come in that's Premier League proven that's going to score is Ollie Watkins. That's the only guy now that we're going to have to go all out to go and get. Because we ain't going to get Isak. I prefer to get Watkins and Vlahovic because Watkins is doing it in the Premier League at the age of 29, loves the club, supports Arsenal. He's the only one that can, I think, be potentially an option now. And I didn't want Ollie Watkins, really. But with Gyökeres, it's better than last year. I take Gyökeres and Watkins over Havertz and Jesus. Who else is there to go and get? Sorry, who else is there to go and get? Because we didn't want to go and get Sesko and Gyökeres. We wanted to go get Gyökeres and keep Havertz. Now Havertz is clearly out for a while. Who do we go and get? Mateta? Get involved with Visser? Maybe we could. I don't know that they're any better or worse than Watkins. They're Premier League proven. They scored less than Watkins, but, you know, Watkins over the last 3 years, I think, has been very good. And any of these players want to be sold. Any of these clubs want to sell these players. Which is why I'm starting to lean towards we won't get anyone. And we'll say Jesus is nearly back. Trossard can play there. Might be able to put Wanyeri in the false nine. All this stuff will happen. Marino is still there. It's what will happen. It's what will happen. Sick of it. So, I don't know what Arsenal do now, but apparently we're in the market. We are in the market for a striker or an attacker, according to David Ornstein. Now, I spoke to Chris Hudson this morning. Big up to Chris every single time he rung me about this news. He said, look, I actually do feel like it has to be Rodrigo now. And he might even play Rodrigo across the front three in any position. False nine, right wing, left wing when he needs to. Now, obviously, I want Rodrigo starting at left wing. I haven't seen him play through the middle. Don't know that he can, if I'm honest. Maybe we'll have to play Martinelli through the middle. Believe it or not. So it's not good, the striker situation. It was brilliant when we signed Victor Gyökeres. It was a mess, but we got it across the line and I was happy. But I ain't happy now. Because we're back with one striker. Because the other two are crocked. And our best option other than Victor Gyökeres is actually our midfielder in Marino, who can't play in midfield but has to play up top as a backup nine, false nine. It's the whole thing's crazy. If I spoke to you about this, yeah, and this was something I said before it happened, you'd all be saying I was talking rubbish and smoking something that I shouldn't be smoking. So what I would do now is get involved in the Isak situation or try to go and get Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. They're the two options I would go with. Isak says I only want Liverpool, or Newcastle say he ain't for sale and he's staying here and rotting in reserves. Let's move away from Isak then and let's go and lump down something on Julian Alvarez. And do you know what? We say don't worry about the left winger if we've only got that amount to buy on one player. But we won't do that because we're the Arsenal. And the Arsenal, under this ownership, don't do stuff like that. Julian Alvarez, we've got Victor Gyökeres. What's going to happen then? Well, one of them's going to be unhappy. Funny how it's only us that do that, isn't it? Funny how when the last time we won the league, we had Robert Pires and we went and signed Jose Antonio Reyes. Sorry? What did we sign him for? We had Pires. He's going to have to sit on the bench, this lad. That's what happens. That's what happens. Carnu and Wiltord. What we got them for? We've got Henry and Bergkamp. Funny. Need a squad. No one was saying about it then. Ray Parlour. Why is he still here? We've got Vieira. Why have we got Edu and Gilberto? Crikey. Didn't say it back then, but now the young fans who will start going, Alvarez, he's not coming in, sit on the bench. Unfortunately, they haven't watched football for a long time. Crazy. I'm hoping this is rubbish, by the way, that someone's just put in there. Can you explain where this source has come from, or are you just trolling? Arsenal have intensified discussions with the reps of Nkunku. Yeah, that's got to be rubbish. That's got to be rubbish, man. That's got to be absolute rubbish. But this could be the end of the window we all dreamed of, or it could be the end of the window we all dreaded. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's definitely trolling, man. I wanted to bring it up just to make sure it was. Thank you for confirming. I would go mad if we signed him. Let's take a look at the scenario of Trossard, because this one makes me more confused than ever. Anybody explain this one to me? Answers on a postcard, please. Trossard's agreed a new deal at Arsenal. Woohoo! He's 30. That's fine. Salary's been increased to reflect the value role in the squad. Sorry? Deal not extended. Huh? It will still run to 2027. So every single one of those sentences has baffled me. Baffled me. The first one baffles me because we were told he was leaving. Now all of a sudden he's signed a new deal. So that one is like, whoa, this don't really make any sense. Then the next one is baffling even more because we've increased his salary to reflect the valued role in the squad. What does that mean? Well, they've had to put that last bit on there because the last sentence is the most baffling of all. His deal's not been extended. He's still out of contract in 2027. But we've just given him a pay rise to reflect his valued role in the squad. Please, someone explain to me what the F is going on here. Now, people might say that it's because Havertz has got injured, so we're now keeping him here. Well, why don't we just keep him on that contract? We didn't have to give him a pay rise. I'm leaving, I'll give you a pay rise. Oh, but I'll stay then. What? If you want to go, mate, go. It makes zero sense, people. Leandro Trossard is a valued member of the squad. That's correct. He's a squad player. He's the 12th man. He comes on as an impact sub. He scores goals. In fact, he probably deserves to be starting ahead of Martinelli with Martinelli's performances of late. I would have happily kept him. But I'm keeping him to just see out his 2 years. Or you sell him. I'm sick and I'm tired of the mess that goes on here. Why are we chucking more money a week at Trossard? Is this how we now do deals? Are we going to do this with Saliba and Saka? Saliba signed a new deal, still going in 2 years, but he's now on 300k a week just to keep him happy and a valued member of the squad. Sorry, what is this, man? Like, what is this? So the only thing I can see, big up to George, by the way, Durag Diaries raid. Big up to you, my bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Big up to everyone that's come over from George's stream. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, people. We've got 1.7k, nearly 1.8k in here, and we haven't got anywhere near the number of likes. We haven't even got 300. Let's get it up to 500 likes. Let's be realistic. If you haven't hit like so far, yeah, do me a favor, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. And make sure you hit subscribe alongside it. Like, subscribe. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. It means so much and it's free. So please make sure that we can do that. There's 1.7k in here. So I expect to easily should really get 1,000 likes, but let's be realistic. Let's go with 500 to start with. When we hit 500, let's see if we can get to 7. So please, if everyone can hit like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. I appreciate some of you just can't be asked. It does take 2 minutes and it is a massive, massive thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it. Look, there's 2 things that could be the case here. It could be Trossard was wanting a move. We've said, look, mate, we need to keep you for a couple of years because Havertz has got injured. He said, well, I really want to go and play first team football. They've said, well, how about stay as a squad player here? We'll give you more money. That could have been what's happened and probably is what's happened, right? Or it could be they've seen enough of Martinelli and Saudi Arabia want him because they couldn't get Diaz. And there could be a late bid coming in from him. And we don't know about it yet. Maybe they're preparing a £65 million bid like they were going to put on Diaz and they're going to do it on Martinelli and put him on crazy wages. I don't know. Maybe that is the case. But for me, I find it all very odd. Very odd. Off the back of the news that Eze, who we all wanted, looks like he's going to Spurs. So it really is a madness at the moment at Arsenal. It doesn't really make any sense to me. It's very confusing. And And I think that news baffled everybody. I can't lie. I don't think there's anybody that understood what was going on there. I don't get it. I do not get it. I can't understand any of that. And nobody can. Nobody has been able to give me an understanding yet of why we've done that and what we're doing. So that winds me up because we don't quite understand what's happening here. So it's frustrating. Look, let's share the Eze stuff again. Looks like he's going to go to Tottenham. And if I'm honest with you, it looks like it's happening because we've decided not to pursue it. And I don't know why we haven't decided to pursue this. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why we didn't think Eze would be a good fit. The only thing I can think is what I said yesterday, that Ethan and Max are now going to be playing a bigger part than we perhaps thought. It's not good, and it's not a good look. Looks like he's going Tottenham. Looks like Palace are getting El Khanous from Leicester, which is another good signing, by the way, and another player we were linked with. But I've got to be real. I would have taken Eze because he's so versatile. He's so creative. He expresses, he's got flair, he's got freedom to do what he wants. And in the attacking 8, he would have been great. In the attacking 10, he would have been great. He could have played from the left or right if we needed him to, like he has for club and country at times. But we've decided to let him go to Tottenham, where he will blossom, by the way, playing every game in the 10. It's a shame. Now, I don't think he rejected Arsenal or wanted Spurs over us. I genuinely just don't think Arsenal wanted him. We weren't serious. And I thought we were going to get him because I was silly enough to believe David Ornstein, Ben Jacobs, Romano. They're the only ones that apparently we're supposed to believe, right? Well, they got it wrong. They got a hold of Big L. Big L. They don't have a clue sometimes. Just proves. So that's frustrated me. I think it's a double whammy because he's going to Tottenham. I think it's a double whammy because not only are we looking at Eze potentially not coming to Arsenal, we're looking at keeping the players we've got and not looking at improving that area. Now, all I can say is I hope Ethan Nwaneri and Max Dowman are ready because they look ready in pre-season. Let's hope that's not an illusion. They look ready. And I want to see them. I want to see them both. Sorry, I do. Ethan should have come on Sunday, in my opinion. Max Dowman should have been part of the squad on the bench. I'm not saying I know more than the manager, but I know what I do see. I use these two things here, and I can see their levels on what we've already got at the moment. Who was better in pre-season, Ethan Nwaneri or Madueke? Ethan. Who was better in pre-season, Max Dowman or Martin Odegaard? Max Dowman. So use your eyes, man. Oh, they're not ready. They're not ready. Give them some minutes. I'm not saying play them in 90 every single game. Madueke ain't ready defensively. Let me tell you that. He was getting skinned all day long at the weekend. Martinelli, it's the only thing he's got going for him at the moment is defensively he helps out. He can't do anything driving forward. They're just not quite ready, man. Not quite ready yet. Don't look good enough. And if I'm honest with you, I'm worried. Now, that worry could change. We go and get a striker and Rodrigo. I'm thinking, okay, wow. Didn't expect that. I'm worried we're going to do nothing. I'm worried we're going to be as short as we was last season, if not shorter. So let's look at the dream signing, shall we? Let's look at the potential of a madness. This isn't going to happen, by the way, but we've got to discuss it for the viewers that want to see it, want to discuss it. This has, of course, come from a Manchester City tweet or source, but that's because they're also interested in Rodrigo. It's come from Gillian Balagu, who a lot of people say is very reliable. Real Madrid would like to sell Rodrigo, but he hasn't asked to leave. There's no offers that have arrived yet. If he stays, he must accept a secondary role. Now, he doesn't want a secondary role. In fact, he doesn't even want a first-team role on the right wing. He wants to be the left winger of a top club. Now, Manchester City and Arsenal and Liverpool could all offer that. And I think all three of them will be interested. I genuinely do. Particularly, even more so, if Liverpool aren't going to get Isak. They will 100% be in for Rodrigo. 100% they will. What do we think, chat? Is he leaving? Not is he coming Arsenal. Is he leaving? In fact, let me do a poll. Why not? Let's do a poll. I'm not going to say is he leaving. I'm going to put the question like this. If Rodrigo leaves Madrid, who does he sign for? The options are Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, or other. If Rodrigo leaves Madrid, who does he sign for? Start poll. Go. Let me know who you think. Let me know who you think. I think he would go Man City, personally. But you let me know. At the moment, we've had over 150 votes. Nice and quick. 65% of you think Man City, 13% of you think Liverpool, 12% Arsenal, and 8% other. If you have said other, let me know in the chat who you think it is. Just put Bayern or PSG or Barca, whatever you think it would be. Southampton, someone said. Luton. Big up, big up. Man United. Wow, I don't think he's going there. Trust me. 60. Everyone thinks Man City. I agree. I think if he is to leave Real Madrid, I really, truly do believe that it's going to be Man City over us. I truly do believe. Truly do believe. And why wouldn't he? Because people have got to realise that players that want to leave clubs of this calibre want to be guaranteed trophies elsewhere. Is Rodrigo guaranteed trophies at Arsenal? No. Is he guaranteed trophies at Manchester City and Liverpool? Yes. Because in the last 5 to 10 years, they have been the most successful clubs by winning domestic cups, Premier League trophies, and Champions League trophies. Those two clubs have won every single trophy available to them in the last 5 to 10 years. Arsenal in the last 5 to 10 years have picked up FA Cups only. So people that say we don't have the money for Rodrigo, wake up. We're a billionaire owner club that only want to go self-sustained. PSR and FFP is not an issue, we're being told. It is all about who we want to sign and whether they want to come to the club. I just don't know. We're going to touch on player sales as well before we close, but we should be doing all we can now to lump money on Rodrigo. And let me ask you this. Anybody that dares to say we can't afford Rodrigo, why the effing hell did we put money on Madueke then? Why did we waste £52 million in wages on Madueke so that we can't afford to go for Rodrigo or Eze? It is crazy. And I said, Madueke, not losing this yet. I'll tell you why. Because if we go and sign Rodrigo and Eze, I'll say bloody good stuff. Bloody good stuff. Free players, attack-minded players that have come in. But if we sign Madueke, and that means we don't get one of or both of Eze or Rodrigo, it is not a good signing. Because Madueke and Martinelli are our left wingers, and Saka and Madueke are our right wingers. Or you could say now Trossard and Martinelli are the left wingers, and Saka and Madueke are the right wingers. Anybody think they're good enough to win the league? If you do, you're living in cloud cuckoo land. Let's be real. They ain't good enough to win the league. So we need to be all over this Rodrigo deal. It's the only way our window can end with some form of respect to say, do you know what? Gyökeres and Rodrigo and Zubimendi have come into this first 11, have changed it and taken it to a new level. I'm happy. Backups are there. They're okay. Norgard's okay. Madueke's okay. Kepa's okay. Mosquera's okay. None of them take us to the next level in the elite, but they've replaced what we had. But the three that have come in, Zubimendi, Gyökeres, and if it is Rodrigo, we can say Arsenal have at least had a 7 out of 10 respectful window. The 8s, the 9s, the 10s, that would have been the Havertzes, the Isaks, the Kvaratskhelia in January, the Mark Guehi at centre-back, the the Cunha or Mbeumo, or whoever it be, that would have taken us to the 8s, 9s, and 10s. It ain't going to happen now. Yeah. Rodrigo would make this signing this summer a 7 out of 10. But listen, the player outs are the issue. We can't, let's be real, go another summer looking at absolute trash in this squad. We've got to get rid of it. We've got to get some form of money for it, right? So let's go to the top of AFC stuff and let's see what's being reported. So Romano is suggesting that Arsenal are back in the market for a striker. I mean, this has been the most stressful with the striker situation. Now we've got to potentially go and do it all over again. He says that Arsenal are back in the market for a new opportunity up front after the injuries suffered by Kai Havertz. Arsenal are aware of the situation. They need one more player up front. Well, we all wanted 2 strikers. Looks like we're going to have to get one now. Zubimendi was struck by a severe sickness bug last week that led to him missing 2 full training sessions and threatened his participation against United. Given the size of the occasion, Zubimendi was determined not to miss the fixture. Bloody hell. So he wasn't 100% fit either. You could see he definitely wasn't as good as he was previously in pre-season. That's clearly why. Clearly why. Anyway, I'm going to end this poll and put another one to you all, right? If Rodrigo leaves Madrid, who does he sign for? 16% of you think Arsenal, 65% of you think Manchester City, 12% think Liverpool, and 7% think somebody else. Let's end that poll and create a new one. Start poll. Which striker should Arsenal go for now or sign now? Let me give you some options, people. Mateta. Visser. Watkins. Or Vlahovic. Let's go for realistic, shall we? Genuinely interested to know who you think of these. Not going to put Isak down there. Yeah. Not going to put any of the other unrealistic targets that you think. Everyone wants Isak. I get it. Yeah. I get it. I hear it. We got to be realistic. Let's see what you guys are saying. At the moment, pretty tight between Mateta and Watkins. 32% at the moment are saying Mateta. 29% say Visser. 28% say Watkins. And 10% say Vlahovic. Wow, this is tight. This is very tight. I didn't expect it to be this tight, you know. Mateta is just winning ahead of Watkins and Visser. That is very tight. All 3 Premier League proven. Obviously, Vlahovic is not proven. I'm not putting Jackson, please. I'm not putting any of the Man United or Chelsea rejects. We're going for potential to be happy with these signings. Because I would be genuinely okay with majority of those 4. I would, as backup. If it was me, it'd be probably between Watkins and Mateta. Or Visser. Yeah, all 3 of them, I think, would be okay. But Watkins would be my number 1 because he's proven to score goals. Mateta, I think, would be probably number 2, just ahead of Visser. Vlahovic has come from a different league, so I've no idea what he's like and how he's been at Juventus. It ain't been great from what my understanding is, so probably wouldn't be looking at him. Anyone else? Put it in the chat. Anyone else? Let's read out some of the names. Sancho, Semenyo, Jackson's a shoe-in. Mateta. Let's be serious. You're getting Jackson. Jackson is literally 100%. Could you believe it? Mateta. Lookman. That would be a good shout. Jackson. Everyone's just laughing because they know it's going to be a Chelsea player. Re-signing Nketiah. Mateta. Easy. Vlahovic. And he's laughing. He obviously doesn't want it. Chris Wood. Hey, he'd actually bang at Arsenal a couple of goals. There's no doubt about it. Watkins by a mile. I think I'm there with you there. I think it is the best option. I really do. I think it has to be. Jamie Vardy. Can you imagine? Jamie Vardy. Isak, yeah, look, he's the dream, right? But I just can't see us going for him. I really can't. I really can't. Madness. That's what it is. Madness. Okay, so Zubimendi was ill. Looks like he's okay now. Obviously, Havertz we know about. We've done that. Wind back if you want to know about Havertz' injury. It doesn't look good. There's been training today. Max Dowman, who, by the way, looks yet again very, very good. Putting the ball into Victor Gyökeres. That's something that we can't seem to do at the moment. Look, puts the ball in. Gyökeres is there, taps it in. Fantastic. Great to see. Great to see. Apparently, there's some players that are linked with our move away. One of them is Karl Hein. According to reports, it looks as if Werder Bremen have emerged as strong favourites for Hein. Arsenal pushing for a permanent sale. It's understood Mertesacker has played a role in facilitating a potential transfer, utilising his contacts at Werder Bremen. That's fine by me. Let him go. I'm really not bothered at all by Karl Hein leaving. He's not going to play. We've got Setford. I think he's going out on loan if he hasn't already. But we don't need all these goalkeepers that are young, man. Karl Hein, go and get first team football. You deserve it. You've been here long enough, man. Been here long enough. Let's be real. So that's that. Kivior. Let's talk about Kivior. This one makes no sense to me, if I'm honest. I appreciate we might get money for him, and I appreciate we might get quite a lot of money for him. But let's not get it twisted. Yeah. We need to replace him if we're going to sell him. It's fine saying let's get 35 M's for him. But one, I don't think we've been offered anywhere near that. And two, we got to replace him if we're going to sell him. So Kivior remains the subject of strong interest from Porto. Club-to-club discussions with Arsenal are continuing. Arsenal would favour a permanent deal, but Porto are prioritising a loan deal, which would become permanent next summer. Now, that's fine. If he's going to be loaned, I want 45 million. If you want to get rid of him this summer, we might accept lower. But if you want to loan him and try before you buy, then the permanent stuff has to be more. That's what Berta's got to do. But I don't want to sell Kivior. I think he's been good backup to Gabriel. If we sell Kivior and don't bring anybody in, that means we've sold Tomiyasu and Kivior and bought in Mosquera. That's not strengthening. That's weakening. So unless we keep Zinchenko as a left back with Lewis-Skelly, Calafiori becomes the left centre-back cover for Gabriel, Mosquera and Saliba, and Ben White and Timber. That's the only way we keep eight players, which is what we need, right? I'm sorry, man. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this at all. Like, I'm really not. So I don't know, man. I just it's the whole thing is becoming confusing again, isn't it? The whole thing's becoming confusing. What are we trying to do here? What's happening? Like, what are we doing? Should Kivior be going? No. Like, I don't think he should be. But if that's the only way we can get money, sorry, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I've got to be honest. So confused by it all. So that's Kivior. I wouldn't be getting rid of him. That's for sure. Let's see what else there is in the news of Arsenal. Any more outgoings? Ben White, Christian Norgard and Kai Havertz were not amongst Arsenal's open training session at the Emirates this morning. What? My word. What's happened to these three then? What's happened to these three? Ben White and Norgard, are they okay? Like, why are they not involved then? Did they pick up knocks? Norgard didn't even play, did he? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Surely all these three aren't injured in the first game already. Come on, man. Ridiculous. Ian Wright's been talking about Victor Gyökeres. Apparently he's been speaking to him and, yeah, giving him some advice, which is good. Love Wrighty. I've got a dialogue with every player in that Arsenal dressing room. I've already sent my messages to Victor Gyökeres. I told him that you're mirroring me. All you have to do now is continue to have faith in yourself. It got you through hard times. The doubt yourself because all of a sudden you're playing with Saka, with Odegaard, arguably the two best centre-backs in the world, Rice, Zubimendi, your level's gone somewhere else. I saw that when I went into the Arsenal dressing room after I signed. I saw the levels. All I wanted to do was prove the work I'd done, brought me there, and then it was up to me. I love that. I love that. Because he shouldn't have this kind of, what's it called? Imposter syndrome. He shouldn't have that. He's trying to upgrade on Havertz and Jesus, yeah? He's good enough. I think it will work for him. I think it will. And I hope it does. So that's Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal have updated the trophy list banner at the Emirates Stadium now, including honours won by the Arsenal women. Okay. Okay. So each year they've added what the women won as well. Okay, I like that. That's nice. Okay, that's nice. Open training ground session this morning. I know a few people that went there. Arsenal have announced a 2-year global partnership with Coca-Cola to become the club's official soft drinks partner. So we've now got Coke at the Emirates. I actually prefer Pepsi, but some people like Coke. Let me know what you prefer, actually. That's a good one. Coke or Pepsi? Let's do a poll. I love a poll. Let's get rid of this one. At the moment, Watkins and Mateta are joint on... Who is it? Watkins has won it, 34%. There we go. Watkins has won it, 34%. Let me say, people, if you are putting in super chats, I massively appreciate them. However, I cannot see them because there is an issue in the last 48 hours with YouTube and or StreamYard, and they are not saving. I've got 0 super chats saved, and I can see from the studio that I've got around about £20 worth of super chats that I've not read out and cannot see. So please don't donate. If you have donated, put it in the comment section after this video, and I'll try to remember to read them out next time. But I really am sorry. It's not my doing. I don't know what's happening at the moment with YouTube or StreamYard. It's been a bit of a madness, so apologies. Let's put a laugh of a poll to start with, shall we? Start poll. Which do you prefer? Coke? Pepsi? Let's do it. Cities, we've got Coca-Cola. I prefer Pepsi, personally. Love Pepsi Max Cherry, my favorite. But some people love Coke. So be interested to see what you go for at the moment. Oh, 60-40 in the favor of Coke at the moment. Interesting. Dr. Pepper, great shout. Sprite, great shout. I like most soft drinks, to be honest. Fanta, I love. Love Fanta Lemon on a hot summer day or a holiday. Fanta Lemon. Oh, beautiful. Very refreshing. So Coke is at the Emirates, people. Coke is at the Emirates. Happy birthday to Joe Willock, 26 today. I think he needs a move, if I'm honest. Saliba, he's been in the team of the year for 3 years running. What a defender. I truly believe he's on the brink of world class already. I truly do. He needs to now get across the line and win stuff for us. If we won the Premier League or the Champions League, I think Saliba would be classed as world class because he's won something on the big stage. Same as Saka, same as Declan Rice. I think they're the 3, but Gabriel, they're probably the 4 that you look at and say, yeah, they're on the brink of world class. And there we go. Saliba, Ødegaard, Gabriel, Rice, Ramsdale, Saka, and Raya from 2023 to 2025 have all been in PFA. Fair play. And big up to the boys, man. They deserve it. Those individuals, everyone can see they're our best, man. Big up to Olivia Smith as well. And Caldense, obviously, they've got in as well, both of them. So fair play. Big up to them. And yeah, the team of the year, as announced, is Matt Sells, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Isak, Wood. If I'm honest, that is the team of the year. That is. I mean, if you had to put it in positions, you'd have to put one of the defenders at right back. So you'd probably, I don't know, use Saliba over there or something. Matt Sells was the best goalkeeper. McAllister, I thought, was unbelievable. Gravenberch was brilliant at holding midfield along with Caicedo, who probably could have got a nod ahead of him. But obviously, with what Gravenberch won, he was always going to get the nod. And Declan Rice, for what he did for Arsenal in the back end of the season, fair play. Salah was an obvious one. Isak likewise. And Chris Wood is so underrated, by the way. So underrated. Women's team of the year as well. Fair play and big up to the Gooners that have got in there. Big up to Russo. Big up to Little. Big up to Caldense and, of course, Fox. So big up to you ladies. What else we got here? A lot of this is the PFA. Then, obviously, the Trossard stuff, which we've concentrated on already. So we're going to leave it there, people. I don't have a clue what's going to happen at Arsenal now. I've got to be honest. I ain't got a Scooby. I don't have a Scooby. What I do know is that Coca-Cola has won with 60-40. That's what I do know. And I do know that we need to hit like and subscribe before we go. I'm going to send you over to Curtis Shaw TV. Big up to him. Go show him some love, people. Go and spam the chat. Dan Potts raid, Dan Potts raid, Dan Potts raid. Go show him some love. He's talking about the Arsenal stuff now. Please make sure you hit like and subscribe. And please make sure. We've only got 500 likes, by the way. Let's get it up to 1,000 people. Come on. If you're watching and it's not on 1,000, hit like and subscribe. Big up. And you know what? Go and follow OK Jerseys. Go and get the kit. Go get the home, away, and third kit. You can get all three of them for a price cheaper than the home kit on Arsenal.com. So go and use OK Jerseys. Links in the live chat now. Links in the description. Go and get your cheap shirts. Go and get them for your kids. If you want to get a birthday, Christmas present, they're brilliant for that. And trust me, they are very good replicas. You would not have a clue. Trust me. I won't say anything if you don't. Because I'd rather pay for that than I would give it to the Cronkies. So make sure you go and do that. Go and sort it out. Right. We'll see you next time. We're out of here. I'm back later. Big up. See you soon.